Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. So I just recently filmed a book haul, and if you have not seen that book haul, I'll link it down below. And as soon as I was done, I put everything on my lovely TBR shelf. The middle shelf here is my TBR shelf. I need new bookshelves. Well, I need more bookshelves. I have a vision for this room. This is our family upstairs room. I have taken it over as my office, my space, which is fine because it used to be a playroom for the girls, but now they have moved all of their toys into their room. Regardless, you don't care. My TBR shelf has now been overrun. You can't quite see it here, but the bottom 2 to 3 shelves, these bottom 2 to 3 shelves are now 2 stacks deep. I don't like that. So today we're going to kind of organize my shelves. Now, will they still probably be 2 stacks deep at the end? Potentially, but I need to kind of get them organized. Now, this is just a personal thing I need to do. Do they really honestly need to be organized? No, it's a TBR shelf. As soon as I know what I want to read, I just go grab it off the shelf, I read it, and then once it's read, it gets put on these last 2 shelves. If you're interested in a bookshelf tour, a full bookshelf tour going over every single physical book that I have read / that was on my TBR at the time, it is a members only video. If you would like to become a member, I would really appreciate that. It is just a monetary way to support my channel. But if you don't care to see all my books in full and get a full bookshelf tour, today you're about to get a full TBR tour, okay? Like a really updated one, because I did just film a haul. Now, the way my TBR is set up right now is very just mishmashed. However, this top shelf, well, except for these 3 books, are all books that are in a series that I have started reading. There are a couple of books down here that are interconnected standalones that I guess technically could get put on the series shelf, which today we might do. And I would like to continue having a series shelf, but otherwise everything else is just kind of slapped on there. So I'm gonna try and figure out a way that I want to organize it. I think I'm gonna try and keep all of the rest of my 25 and 2025 books together, so that way they're all right there in front of my face, and then maybe everything else I'll do by genre? I don't know, but I think what we need to do first, unfortunately, is take everything off the shelves. I think I'm gonna leave those ones up there just because those are all part of a series, but we'll take everything else down. As I go, I think I'm gonna try and keep them organized by 25 and 2025 and then by genres. So hopefully we can do that. I can't reach the bottom shelf. Okay, so this is my TBR on the ground, minus the books that are a part of a series that I'm just keeping up top because I don't want to mess with those too much. So I have them all genre-ish. I kind of just, if they're not in the correct genre, it's perfectly fine. These are thrillers, these are fantasy. In the middle, I'm not quite sure if you can see, there's only a few books left, but those were all of my 25 and 2025. I have romance here, I just have one more back here. I have a pile of cozy, lit fic, random YA books over here, and then I have 2.5 stacks of horror, which, yeah, is clearly my favorite. I'm thinking, okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves, okay? Most of it's horror. I'm thinking I'm gonna probably take over at least 2 shelves of horror. I'll do the top 2, and then these bottom 3, I'll try and figure out, I have a lot of fantasy, I don't know, I'll try and figure out how I wanna do this. So let's start with the horror, and that'll clear up some space, and then we'll move on to the other ones. Actually, I take that back. I need to figure out a spot to put my 25 and 2025. It's this tiny little stack left here, which is exciting. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left, which is really exciting. I think I'm gonna put these and come maybe in the middle. Oh, I have an idea, actually. I have an idea. I'll share, but let's start with the horror. Back of my hair looks crazy. I don't want to hear it. It's none of my business what's going on back there. Okay, not bad. I never do this. I feel like it maybe this is just me making it up in my head. Maybe it makes more space. I'm gonna go ahead and put my little horror like figurines back here probably. I think they were right here. I don't remember, but I want them next to my horror section. So I'm thinking this shelf is where I do my 25 and 2025. I'm just going to pick her up and put her here just to kind of maybe do every other, and then maybe this shelf I'll do thriller. Yeah, let's do thriller. See, now this is where things are gonna get a little tight. So I'm thinking, I only have 3 of my thrillers left. Sorry, I'm so low. What if I just kind of put them like this? Because then I can still see this and it's not bad. Okay, now I think this is where things are gonna get a little weird because I have, I don't know. This is my big shelf. Maybe I do fantasy here and then maybe some romance. I don't know. I feel like this is where it's gonna start getting strange. But let's just see what we can do, especially because this is where my like tall hardcovers fit the best. So maybe I'll start with like the tall hardcovers, figure it out from there. I know I'm not going to get to Crescent City anytime soon, so maybe I put that one here, nor Jade City, honestly. The ones that I think maybe I'm not going to get to anytime soon here. I don't know. So now I actually have quite a few left. It's making me nervous to still have my entire romance stack as well as some of these random books. See, I'm not minding doing this where they're in front of here because you can still see the titles. So I'm gonna start with romance down here and then I'll kind of assess, but let me double check that these tall ones fit down here. Oh, thank God. Okay, so let's do that, I think. Last I have this really teensy tiny stack of just like this kind of random. Some are fantasy, some are romance, some are just, I don't know. Maybe I just put them throughout and we'll see. Honestly, I'm not sure how I feel. I think yes, they're still double stacked like outwards. The way I have them now, I like that you can see the titles still behind them. They're not like, I mean, this is probably the worst example, but they're not like this where the other title is completely covered. Towards the end there, I did get a little random with where I put them, but I do think having a starting point of, okay, this is my horror shelf, this is my thriller shelf, this is my romance shelf, etc. is really helpful because, you know, I'm not trying to buy as many books as possible, but when I need to add them to my TBR shelf, I would like a spot to put them. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm still going to show you a full in-depth of how this looks, so I will do that, but let's check that out. And then here is the full in-depth. This top shelf is my series sort of shelf. Then we have the start of the horror and the last of the horror. And it definitely gives me room to grow, which is exciting. Moving on, we have the thriller / 25 and 2025. This probably could go down in the fantasy, but I'll just keep it in the thriller for now. This one is fantasy with my little Goosebumps lunchbox. And then down here we have lit fic and romance. I think it looks so much better. And there you have it. You can definitely see titles better, and I think it looks so much nicer and maybe a pinch more organized. That, my friends, is the organization of my TBR shelf. I do think it is much better organized than it was before, where I just kind of put everything on and hoped for the best. I mean, I knew where every book was, but I guess it didn't look as aesthetically pleasing, and then once it started getting double stacked, I hated it. But let me know if there's any ideas you think I should do, other than probably purchasing another shelf, which is something that's coming in the future. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and nonetheless, go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.